We now go on to Dr. Mohan Rajan, and he'll be talking about. I think Tamil Nadu, the second wave was the last state among the last state to get the second wave, but the numbers are now coming down. So let us see Mohan talk about the city of Chennai as to what they did.
Thank you, Maypal. In fact, Dr. Laghane's talk was an eye-opener for all of us because Maharashtra preceded Tamil Nadu by about 4 weeks, especially in the second wave. And we learned a lot from Maharashtra, and whatever they have done, the groundwork, we were able to rectify that. I'm going to talk to you on what Chennai city we did in COVID crisis. Okay, what the government did social distancing, masks, vaccine, 20.15 lakh vaccinated, which is approximately 25% of the Chennai population. This is about figures about 2 weeks back, 2 days back. The government did testing, tracing, treatment, social distancing, masks and vaccine, all these the government did. And the government set up the testing, which is amazing work, which the government of Tamil Nadu did in Chennai as well. This is a golden triangle as far as the COVID-19 is concerned, whether you have the second wave, the first wave or the third wave, whatever it is, the testing, the treatment and the tracing of the contacts is very, very important. And this golden triangle, which we followed very, very meticulously. As you know, the lockdown activities were very meticulously followed by the previous government as well as by this government as well during the first wave and now during the second wave during the DMK regime. And the COVID testing has been done very vigorously, much more than I would say, any other state, I would say. And that's the reason why we were able to report more cases, because the testing was also more. So what we did as actually the first wave, the affected people were close to about 2.25 lakhs, recovered about 2.17 lakhs. And the mortality rate was 3951, which is from the February to almost 1 year of 2020. And the second wave, which is about only 6 months, we already seen a fatality of about 7953, and because more people were admitted during the second wave than the first wave, and definitely the mortality rate is definitely more during the second wave as well. So phase 1 March to October, the lockdown to 2020, the phase 2 March 2021 to till now, and we opened up just now with a couple of weeks, 1 week back, and it is now better. What we did as from the point of our hospital as well as the Rotary and the NGOs in Chennai, we did what is called the COVID slum relief project during the first wave. We did the project Oxygen or the O2 during the second wave, the COVID relief again during the second wave, and of course the vaccination drive, which we are doing on the vaccination on wheels, we are doing in the second wave as well now. So this is a COVID slum relief project wherein we distributed groceries to about 300 slum areas, about each slum area covering about 250 families, covering entirely about 775,000 families. The corona pandemic, as you know, brought millions of people in our country to slum, especially misery. And the CSR project was initiated by Rajan Aikar along with the Chennai Vision Charitable Trust, along with the Rotary, to provide relief to slum dwellers. Masks and sanitizer to Chennai City Police. Every section of the community we covered by means of the PPE kits, the masks, gloves, and doing this all done during the first wave, the last year, from April, May to about November, December, we did this, the COVID slum relief project. The goggles to the Chennai Police, the food to the Metro Water people, the gloves to the Namakkal Hospital, N95 masks to the ICH and the RAO, GOH and many other government hospitals as well. And this is the part of the CSR initiative which we took, wherein we found out that it is very, very useful. At that time, during the first wave, the life was not a major issue. It is the livelihood. So the livelihood was taken care by means of giving the groceries, and not only the groceries, we also had rice, groceries, bread, milk, vegetables, medical checkup, eye checkup, medicines, masks, sanitizers, soaps, even sanitary napkins for the slum dwellers. and on an ongoing basis, on long-term sustainable basis, which sustained them through the entire pandemic, entire lockdown period for almost 4 to 6 months during this period for about 300 slum areas, covering about 250 slums or 250 families in each slum, covering the entire this thing about 75,000 families, which is phenomenal. And the vaccination drive we also started in Rajan Eye Care in the year this year only. We vaccinated more than almost 3,000 people till now during vaccination. And of course, the second wave was slightly different from the first wave. The second wave, it was the life which was more than the livelihood. Of course, the livelihood, people got used to it, the livelihood, but the life was at stake because of lack of beds. If the beds are available, the oxygen was not available, the oxygen was available, the drugs were not available, and the drugs are available, the ventilator was not available, the ICU was not available, and that because all overflowing, it was all going to the brim. So that is the reason why we started the project O2, again a joint project of the Rotary and the Rajan Eye Care, wherein we distributed oxygen cylinders, oxygen concentrators, oxygen flow meters, and oxygen generators. We, in association with the L&T and other corporates, and we made sure that the oxygen cylinders, all these are available to the government hospitals. Apart from that, we also gave the drugs like heparin, IV methylprednisolone, mouthwashes, plastic sheets and bags for the dead bodies, maintaining the dignity of the thing. These are the things we did in the Project O2 or the Project Oxygen, wherein we had donated oxygen cylinders, oxygen flow meters, oxygen concentrators, glucometers and glucose strips, low molecular weight heparin, and antiviral drugs, ECG machines and rolls, plastic sheets and bags for the dead and the deceased, maintaining the dignity and identify for the disease as well. ECG machines, oxygen flow meters to the government hospitals. There are about 4 or 5 government hospitals in Chennai, which we covered, like the Omandarur Hospital, the Government General Hospital, or the Rajiv Gandhi General Hospital, the Kilpauk Medical College Hospital, the Stanley Hospital, and various other smaller institutes as well, and also the primary health centers in and around Chennai also be covered by means of this oxygen concentration, oxygen cylinders, which was very, very necessary during the second wave. The second wave, the problem was the oxygen, getting the beds and creating extra thing, as Lahane sir beautifully mentioned, how we created extra space in the ICU, how we created ventilators and thing. So this is the project which helped Tamil Nadu breathe and Chennai breathe during the second wave as well. And the oxygen concentrators, again, to various hospitals, plastic sheets and plastic bags for the deceased, for the maintaining the dignity. So it's very, very important, because these plastic sheets and bags for the dead bodies which were taken to the crematorium. And again, ECG machines and rolls, oxygen flow meters, N95 masks, oxygen cylinders to Stanley Hospital, glucometers to Omandarur Hospital, low molecular weight heparin drugs to the COVID patients in Stanley Hospital and other hospitals, government hospitals as well. IV methylprednisolone, heparin, candid mouthwash to prevent mucormycosis, oxygen concentrators again, and flow meters to primary health centers. Donation of ventilators to government hospitals and Omandarur Government Hospital, which again is necessary because as part of the ICU set up to maintain the critically ill patient. Again, during the second wave, as part of the Rotary, we took up a very ambitious project called the COVID Relief Project. In the COVID Relief Project, what we did was we gave 1,000 rupees worth of groceries for 30,000 people, which is a total amount of about 3 crore we spent on this. Bag worth 1,000 rupees, which contained all the groceries for almost 2 to 3 weeks for them, and distributed 30,000 bags, and which is initiated by the Health Minister of Tamil Nadu. And this is the Health Minister of Tamil Nadu along with that COVID Relief Project. Again, I'm in the mucormycosis panel as well. Lahane sir has beautifully mentioned, and this is something which you have taken up as a major initiative. That is, prevention is better than cure, as mucormycosis is very important. This morning also I had a meeting with the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, and wherein we created public awareness, post-COVID patients, immunosuppressed patients, personal hygiene, oral hygiene, early signs to sing, and also betadine gargle, blood sugar at the time of discharge, home monitoring of the patients post-COVID, which we are doing along with the fever monitoring as well. Again, patients with low socioeconomic status we are trying to target. This is a mucormycosis chart, which is seeing in signs and symptoms. We produced these leaflets and pamphlets and posters. Posters are fixed up in various hospitals, government hospitals as well. The leaflets are given along with the patient's discharge summary, so that they will know the early symptoms and signs of mucormycosis and consult a doctor immediately. And again, Lakhane sir beautifully mentioned a nasal endoscopy at the time of discharge, and now and then training all the ENT specialists is a multidisciplinary approach which is very, very necessary. Again, these are the patients who mucormycosis till the date affected 787, cured 43, death about 68. And these are the entire 360-degree activity we have done as part of the COVID relief, the COVID slum relief project, giving groceries, the project O2, the COVID relief project, the plastic bags for the death and the disease, mask, sanitizer, PPE kits, goggles, face shields, gloves for all the healthcare workers, all the people, drugs for the COVID patients, vaccination, Covishield for patients in the age group of between 45 and above, and mucormycosis awareness also we have created. Thank you very much, wonderful for the wonderful opportunity and the patient attention as well.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mohan Rajan. Excellent work done again. Shows the compassion that you have and being. I've always seen you as somebody who's working 24/7, a very active individual and a great human being at that. So I think great initiatives that you have done to alleviate the hardships and miseries of people. Dr. Lahane, you want to say something?
Yes.
Thank you, Mohan. It was a wonderful work, and I'm very happy that the Mohan Rajan was instrumental in doing everything. It's very useful. I will tell you, very useful. And I really congratulate you for doing such work when it was a need of the hour. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Coming from you, it's a great honor for me, sir.
I think we can use some of these ideas as ophthalmologists on the AIOC platform to do it at a bigger scale with the third wave if and when it comes. So that all the ophthalmologists can learn from your experience and do it. So our next